This is new video this morning of the official ceremony to mark the King's arrival at Balmoral Castle in Scotland for what is thought to be a summit on the royals' future. And for more, we're joined by our royal expert, Patricia Treble. Patricia, good morning to you.
Good morning.
All right, let's delve into this here. What exactly do we know about this summit? Who's included? And is this going to lead to a possible reuniting of the King and Harry?
Slow down, I think.
Okay.
So first of all, the summit. So it's being widely reported. It's going to be, so first of all, the King and the Queen are moving into the big house. So they're going to be in the castle now because, of course, monarch. And when William and Kate and their family come up to Balmoral, because the whole big family comes up for time at Balmoral. They're expected to sit down, the four of them, and to really map out their precise roles, because we're now a year into his reign, and so they want to be very careful, make sure you have definition between all the roles, and mapping out the next few years. And the Commonwealth is expected to play a big part of it. We're hearing talk that the King might be coming to Toronto for the coronation tour. It's going to be coming up in the next while. And now you're talking about Harry. And so Harry's going to be in Europe. He and Meghan are going to be in Germany for the Invictus Games starting in September. And so there are rumors, and I'm taking them as rumors, that he might go over to Balmoral and maybe meet up with his dad. Now, it's a standing invitation the King has for all the family to come. So it's a standing invitation. Will Harry take it up? That's the question.
Well, let's hope he does. So we
so.
have more fodder. You mentioned Meghan. She was spotted recently in photos wearing an anti-stress patch.
Yeah. So, I mean, she's been everywhere now. I mean, if you can barely go a day or two without seeing new images of her. And so she had this anti-stress patch on the inside of her wrist, and it got everyone talking, because there's talk that, of course, she's going to be reestablishing her influencer lifestyle Instagram feed. We've talked about that. And this is the sort of thing that influencers like doing. Now, the company denied paying her for it, said she's simply just a good customer. She likes their products. But it does kind of foretold to what might come in the future, because if she comes back into this, I mean, it's been 6 years since she had the TIG, and everything has changed. And not only that, the rules have changed dramatically. You have to declare if you are being paid for posts and things like that. And so I'm wondering what's going to be happening in the future. This might be a portent of what's to come.
All right. Well, we're still uncertain as to whether or not Meghan is going to return to Instagram. What we do know is that Harry and Meghan are returning to Netflix. The trailer just recently released for it's a 5-part docuseries on the Invictus Games?
Exactly. It's called Heart of Invictus, and it follows athletes of the Invictus Games. Remember, they are wounded servicemen and women, and it follows them taking part in the previous games. And the trailer looks amazing. It's dropping on August 30th, just ahead of the Invictus Games, as I said, in Germany on September 9th. And I think it's going to be a wonderful time. And I was there for the Invictus Games in Toronto, and it's amazing.
Wow, this documentary looks really emotional. Speaking of sports, Spain just defeated England in the Women's World Cup final. And we saw both the King and William address this victory, applauding their team, congratulating the winning team. But William, who is actually the president of the Football Association, was not in attendance.
Now, I was surprised. I thought, look, this is the first time England's been in, the women's team has ever been in the finals. The first time an English team has been in the finals in what, like 50 years? I thought it was a missed opportunity. I'm going to be honest. I thought he could have flown out. Now, he had always said he wasn't going to go. He's a big environmentalist. It's a long way to go. Lots of messages, as you said. There was the video message of him and Charlotte. I think he could have combined it with stuff in Australia and New Zealand. I think he should have been there. Yeah,
because he is facing some criticism about that.
He is facing a lot of criticism about it. Yeah.
Okay, William was a no-show, but the Queen of Spain and her daughter, they were there. They were in the stands cheering their team on to victory.
They were partying. Okay, so Queen Letizia and her 16-year-old daughter, Sophia, were there. They flew out the minute they got into the finals, dressed in red, which are the Spanish colors, and they were partying. Not only that, at one point, the celebratory team surrounded the Queen and started shouting, like, like, jump, Queen, jump. And so she started like celebrating with them, hugging everyone. And you've got Sophia, who had, you know, the Spanish flag, a flag draped around her shoulders. It was amazing.
I can only imagine the security detail at that moment. When she's being crowded by the team, jumping up and down.
Yeah.
Really hard to keep
Crazy.
track.
Yeah.
We'll leave it there for now. Thank you so much for coming in.
Anytime.
All right.